Ironheart is the latest project from the MCU and the end of Phase 5. The show has gone a lot of online backlash, many deeming it one of the worst MCU projects of all time getting extremely negative reviews on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. And honestly, I went to the show expecting something on the level of Inhumans or Secret Invasion, just a dumpster fire that had to be seen to be believed. And I saw it, and I was disappointed. Not because it was particularly bad, but because it was decent. It was a good middle of the road show that honestly didn't really leave a whole lot with me, but didn't really make me angry. It's like, this is nowhere near the worst of the MCU. Like, we have made far, far worse shows and movies. Like, I would much rather watch this than She-Hulk, the Marvels, Secret Invasion. Like, those were stuff that I walked out of, and I never thought to myself, oh, I can't watch any more of this. I'm going to quit this right now. No, it was an alright show. It does have problems, to be sure, particularly with its supporting cast, which don't feel very fleshed out and feel like they were a rough draft. Like, they came up with the idea, but never really fleshed them out enough to make them feel real. And also has a problem that a lot of these MCU shows do have, pacing. This show is way too short. Which, I know that's weird since usually that's like the opposite. These shows are always too long, but this has 6 episodes, and I think it does damage the show. Like, Reed's motivations are not very clear. They're starting out stuff where I'm like, wait, but that doesn't really make sense. And most of these episodes, and some episodes are an hour long, whereas some are only 30 minutes. So it kind of creates a bit of a disconnect that kind of makes it hard to really develop like attachment to the show. But there's stuff that I feel like are worth watching. Like, I do like how it does explore the more magical aspect of the MCU. And it was a welcome surprise, as I did not think they would really want to tackle that in this show. And I'll also say the villain's probably the best TV villain we've had from Phase 5. Like, he's not anything extraordinary, but he does his job well. At times he can be intimidating. I did find myself a bit intrigued. I'd say not all the characters are awful. There are a couple that I do think, okay, I wouldn't mind seeing them in like a solo project or teaming up with another hero. And I say if it weren't for the finale of the season, I would not recommend it. But I don't know, the finale does introduce this new character who I feel like going forward is going to be a huge part of the MCU. They could introduce this guy in so many different projects, do so much with him. I'm certainly excited for that. But with that being said, I definitely see some of the criticisms for this. And I feel like the thing that's probably going to be most mixed for some people, probably depending, some people might love this character, some people might hate this character, is Riri Williams, which is understandable since she's been a mixed character since day one, like since her first comic appearance. She's very cold, very calculating, doesn't really have a lot of friends, and there are definitely parts of the show where you're like, is she gonna be the villain? Because she does a lot of stuff in this that most of these two characters probably would never even think of doing, which I found a breath of fresh air. But for a lot of people, this might turn them off from the show. But honestly, this is a good, decent show. If you got a weekend, you got some time to kill, I would recommend it. A good solid 7 out of 10.